Day 2 of X Games Ventura 2024. It's now time for the men's skateboard street best trick. Heat 1, you see Hoffler and Mota, Gonzalez and Viana in Heat 2. Heat 3, Berger v. DeCenzo. And then Jamie Foy versus Nigel Houston. Mota v. Hoffler, Corbin.
Wait, guys.
Yeah, who'd I draw? The 1 seed, Nigel?
Yeah, thank you. Thanks very much, Mike Sinclair.
So as you see, 5 minutes to try and put tricks down. Here now, Felipe Mota.
Oh my goodness. We have the big spin front hurricane. Wow, that is right out of the gate. Let's go.
Felipe making his second X Games appearance. Take one more look at this, so proper.
Right, you gotta spin the board 360 degrees and then you have to lock in on that back truck grinding backwards.
Kelvin Hoffler in his 12th X Games appearance.
I think he was going for a signature, you know, nollie or fakie nose slide over to tail slide. I think we're gonna see that one. He loves doing that one.
So what does Felipe do with the make already?
Oh, wow. Looks like he was going for a kickflip front blunt. I think the strategy here is going to be like you just keep stacking and stacking makes against your opponent. Typically, one would assume that you want to start off with your go-to. So I think that's what we're seeing here because Kelvin's got this one in the bag. He pulls it out at every contest.
It's really good for us fans too because we're seeing so much skating and multiple tricks all the time too, which is going to be fun.
That's true, and sometimes in a best trick, you know, everyone's trying to hit the obstacle at the same time, so it becomes this frenzy of like you're rolling away on someone else's landing. People kind of end up on top of each other, which is dynamic and exciting, but if you're trying to skate it, it's kind of hard to get those makes in there.
Yeah, true.
Kelvin Hoffler, owner of 7 X Games medals, 2 of them gold that he's won in the traditional street contest. Has yet to podium though in best trick. Under 3 minutes to skate with here in this first quarterfinal heat.
Oh, it looks like he's just sticking maybe. You see him kind of waxing his board a little bit. You know, I'm not sure if the issue is the lock-in or just the amount of wax. The weather's doing a lot of weird things too, which might affect the consistency of the slides on the rail.
Can I be completely honest with you both?
Please.
I've never ever seen Kelvin Hoffler step off his board this much. He's a machine normally. He can land everything. So
Which,
yeah,
I think actually speaks to what we're talking about. This is such a departure from what we see in our traditional street contest, just hitting this one obstacle over and over again.
Yep.
He is a machine when it comes to the jam format, isn't he?
We had a classic back tail go down. I wouldn't say that that's better than the trick that he already did, but it was definitely a good looking back tail.
Felipe has one of the smoothest styles.
Oh, yeah.
I think, you know, he had a primitive part come out recently that was just mind-blowing. He's one of the best skateboarders, I feel, at the moment that's coming up through the ranks. And you can see it. He's in these contests. He's holding his own with some of the best in the world.
That's right, and his ender in that video part got him the coveted cover of Thrasher.
Felipe,
Nice
by the way,
front
still just 17 years old. He was competing in the Real Street Video Contest when he was like 13.
I guess he released his full video part, his first one, at age 9. Could you imagine being out in the streets of Sao Paulo filming at age 9?
I couldn't imagine at 29. 1 minute left. Can Kelvin give us a make?
You know, it's really surprising because this is Kelvin's go-to trick. And like you've said, he's been absolutely on it all weekend long. Honestly, this is probably what he was going to go for as his safety trick, just to put something on the board.
Around 40 seconds left. Felipe just having a little fun with it now.
Well, you can't give too much away if you're feeling pretty good about potentially moving on, right?
Exactly.
So here's Kelvin Hoffler. Can he put this down?
I think he knows, too, that the trick that he landed might be a bit better than what Kelvin's trying. In my opinion, I'm not sure if the judges would agree with me, but...
I agree with you. I definitely agree.
Okay.
So that's all that matters, really, Amelia, right?
That's right. No. We pay some very smart people to make these decisions for us. We
Of
just talk about
course,
it.
I'm joking. I know.
What a veteran move. Felipe just letting the clock expire. I think he'll get one more here.
Nice. Classic back lip. Just cruising.
So it sounds like Kelvin will get one more. Again, I don't know what this is going to do potentially in the judge's mind, but can he put one down?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that fakey nose slide to back tail, that's...
Men's skateboard street best trick. 17-year-old Felipe Mota will move on to the semifinals. So now it's time for Giancarlos Gonzalez versus Giovanna Viana.
But it's rad to see another individual representing Colombia in the mix here.
So here's Gonzalez.
How can we ever forget David Gonzalez,
No.
Skater of the Year? Still putting out mind-blowing video parts at the moment.
Yeah, didn't matter if it was street or park, he would shred. So both guys wasting very little time.
This is an extremely good matchup for me. Very similar skateboarders, very extremely high technical ability in both of them. And I feel like they just have so many tricks up their sleeves.
It's a funny way to start. Fakey board slide regular. It's, yeah, all right.
I feel
kind of like, it seems like they're just warming up. They're taking a different approach than the last heat that we saw.
I don't know about you guys, but I remember growing up skateboarding, and it was, I felt like you played skate on a flat bar, and it feels like these guys are doing it. But this is, you know, whatever, 10 stair.
Yeah.
They're just having fun with it.
That's what it feels like. There is a calmness to it right now. Giancarlos.
Oh, going switch front blunt.
Under 4 minutes to skate with in heat 2 of this quarter.
I'm impressed that he's got sunglasses on while he's doing that.
And he does that during his runs in the street contest as well. It's pretty incredible.
It should be noted that the sun's not even out.
Oh, a cucumber.
Switch front blunt.
Yeah, that was extremely smooth. Extremely hard doing it the opposite way.
We missed calling Gio's last trick. I believe it was a fakey front hurricane. Ooh, fakey ollie over to blunt slide. Pretty solid.
I mean, both these guys are really going trick for trick. We're with under 2 minutes to skate with. How are you guys judging this?
It is interesting to see they're kind of matching one another's trick caliber to kind of get more makes under their belt, get their confidence up, and go for something more tech. Oh, fakey ollie over to blunt slide, back to fakey. So just upping the difficulty by a little bit each time. So here he goes. He has to go fakey ollie all the way over the rail, but then he goes back to fakey, which is it's a shoulder challenge, that's for sure.
Really good question, Brandon, because looking at the heats that we have to come, I don't think the other guys are going to strategize like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, I could be wrong, but I think Nigel might come out swinging.
I was just going to say, it's almost as if these two had a pre-comp meeting, right?
Yeah.
It's so close.
Let's just go through the basics and show everyone how good we are. And I love it. I love it. This is some textbook skateboarding.
Well, there's just such an effortlessness to the both of their skate styles, and it's on display here on this rail in Best Trick.
I mean, there's a lot to be said for just building your confidence up. You know,
Yeah,
every
of
time you're
course.
rolling away from a trick, you're feeling really good about rolling up to the next trick.
We say this in traditional park and street contests, right? Like, yo, get that solid. Okay, all right, just as I say it.
Wow, okay. I would say that is the best trick that we've seen in this heat so far.
Does Giancarlos pull ahead there, Corbin?
Try.
close to that. I was watching the rail
Switch,
and not the
front
TV
blunt,
screen.
shove.
I felt
Wow.
like he was even a little
Let's
surprised
go.
when he landed on
Yeah,
that.
it seemed like that.
Because he left
It
early.
looked
Oh,
like
yeah.
he popped out early.
He did. He popped out extremely early on
He
that
popped
one.
out so early, and the shove it just floated there in outer space.
Deanna. Whoa, okay.
Cab to back Smith. Oh, here they go. Okay, okay.
Yeah, they're all warm. Wait, is the timer up?
Were we getting hustled?
Are they just getting ready for the next round? Are they both advancing?
It's April Fool's.
Ah, I see.
This is a new format.
Okay, they have
We
one
just want to make
more.
sure. I think we're being told one more each, which is fitting. Yep, last 20 seconds.
They're just laughing.
Just having a field day.
Just the blood slide, just because.
Amelia, who do you think's got this?
Just the front blunt. See, they're like
After
talking
this.
to each other on their trick. I don't know. I mean, I personally really enjoyed the switch blunt shove.
It almost looked like a doubles team. And it's Giancarlos Gonzalez with the W. He will be advancing to the semifinal. The two Canadians, Berger v. DeCenzo.
Can we just talk about how Ryan DeCenzo is like 37 and throws himself downstairs like this on the daily? He does like dozens of competitions a year. I don't know how he stays so fit and healthy to be able to skate at the level that he does, because it is not easy in your late 30s to be doing this.
Leticia plus Nyjah, I love y'all. Sign my poster. Oh, look at that fan. Oh, wait, that's Jimmy Butler.
It's Mello.
Jimmy Butler is having the best time here at X Games Ventura. He's been everywhere.
I spoke to the social media team and he called them early. He's like, I'm going to chop her in early. This was 8:30 in the morning. He wanted to get here. He was ready to go.
So, when speaking with our research team, DeCenzo told Colin Bain that he started skating because of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He wanted to be like them, so he picked up a board. Amazing.
I love that.
For a big spin front board.
I bet you that was a different Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles than what everyone's used to now.
I know, so many remakes these days, right?
Under
My goodness.
4 minutes to skate with. Here's DeCenzo.
Nollie heel flip, nose slide. Extremely hard trick, and as we were talking about before, this is an extremely different strategy compared to the last heat.
Yeah, I feel like he's going pretty tech out of the gate, especially compared to Berger. He's kind of, you know, the big spin front board fakie. It's good, don't get me wrong, but I would say it's not something you do in a traditional best trick contest.
Berger has podiumed in this event before. He's got a bronze in this contest. DeCenzo obviously has a street gold. He's got a real street silver, and he's got 2 gold medals from Game of Skate back in X Games in LA.
Wow.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, there we go. The nollie heel flip nose slide.
What a fine young man.
That is impressive to throw into round 1. Totally different approach than we've seen from the rest of the field so far.
Ryan's wife, Jordana, loving it.
There it is again. Oh, and the way he stood up on that nose slide. You know, doing a nose slide on a round rail in itself is a challenge because of the lock-in. But if you're nollie heel flipping into it, that just takes it up to another level. Oh, going for the tray flip lip slide. It's interesting because in the past rounds we've seen once someone does something very technical, they kind of chill. But here's Ryan stepping it up already.
Matt Berger.
Kick flip backside lip slide attempt.
That's what it looked like,
It's getting
yeah.
heavy.
I've seen, I mean, I think there's combinations that are going to come with that. Is it going to be to fakie? Is it going to be shove it? Like, you know, he's got a lot of different combinations.
Someone's skating the stairs. See, that's what I'm talking about. This dude takes slams like that all the time. And
It is a really good point, Amelia. Like, he's been skating. I mean, we nearly started skating together. That was it. We were on the same team for a long period of time. He's still at a heavy rate. Like, to do that to your body and skate in the streets, grinding handrails, jumping downstairs, like,
yeah,
he's got to be looking after himself.
We were chatting about it a little bit yesterday. You know, so many competitive skaters' careers tend to fall a little bit off a cliff after 30, and that's just the nature of things. To see him not just here, getting the invite, it's like, no, he's here and he's a podium threat at 37. It's pretty extraordinary.
Oh, okay. Berger heard the call. He's now kickflip, backtail, big spin out.
We'll see if there's more of a sense of an urgency as we take another look for Berger, especially with a minute to skate with, and I just can't get that right foot back on.
Did you guys see Berger on a cereal box leading into the Tokyo Olympics?
I did see that.
That was so funny to see. I would have never thought we'd see a skateboarder on a cereal box. It was great.
Last 40 seconds, Berger trying to get one in. How does DeCenzo attack what might be one of his last couple of attempts?
His last part was named "Till the Legs Fall Off." So I think that tells you a lot about Ryan's approach to skateboarding here.
Similar to Tony's.
Yeah.
When the wheels fall off.
Yeah.
It might be, Tony might change it now to when my legs fall off.
I thought Tony's legs already fell off and then he put him back on.
He would definitely make that joke.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, we're lucky he's not sitting between us like he usually does, but I think he would love that.
He'd love it.
Okay.
Last attempts here, I think.
And it'll be Ryan DeCenzo advancing to the semifinal, knocking off his Canadian brethren. And, you know, you want to talk about strategy, just trying to win that first head-to-head heat, but you also have to keep something in the tank if you know you've got a couple more rounds of this to go.
I think he's just, his tank is perpetually full from what we've seen on the world skate circuit, on the contest circuit in general, in terms of video parts. The dude is full send.
Now, this is a battle that Ventura is getting on their feet for. Nyjah Houston versus Jamie Foy. Nyjah, obviously owner of 21 X Games medals, the most decorated skateboarder in the history of street skateboarding.
Excuse me, Brendan, how many?
21. 21. Can you do something for me? Jamie Foy has won this event twice before.
Oh!
But Nyjah's actually in the second place spot for the most skateboard gold, right behind Bob Burnquist. So if he wins this, he will be tied with Bob Burnquist.
Yes,
for most back to forward. Wow. That's making a statement when you're starting like that.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that he's going to get another medal to that count today.
I agree with you.
Look who can stop him right now.
Jamie said, "What's that, Corbin?"
He did.
I mean, yeah, fakie ollie switch from feeble. It's a good trick, you know. Not really in the same realm though as what Nyjah just threw down.
Owner of 13 gold medals, Nyjah Houston. And we talked about it during street elimination. Yuto Horigami not here. That's a bummer. He's the defending gold medalist in our street contest. Nyjah, the most decorated to ever do it in the streets. Does that take some weight off of Nyjah's shoulders heading into here today and possibly tomorrow's final? Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. I mean, I've had my close eye on every single contest that's been happening in the last year or two. You know, Nyjah did win Street League when it was in Vegas.
Yeah, just a month ago.
Just a month ago, it was like a best trick. You know, he was really happy to be back on top, but it's tough. I mean, the level of skateboarding is just going through the roof. So, I mean, he's dominated for 1 decade. He was the most dominated street skateboarder for 1 decade straight. So that in itself, I mean, I think we put a lot of pressure on him to be like, oh, can he do it again?
Well,
or he should win every time, you know?
He hasn't won an X Games Street Gold since Shanghai 2019.
But, you know, I also think, I don't know that we talked enough about, as Jamie Foy attempts here, the knee injury that he suffered 2 years ago. His entire career, he'd been so healthy.
Yeah.
No real injuries had ever impacted his skateboarding. And you know as well as anybody, an ACL injury for a skateboarder, it's not just, okay, a few months down, I'm healed. It can take a year plus to feel back to normal on your skateboard.
Yeah, I've done it before, and it's horrendous to try and come back from that. But he's got that energy, and anyone who's dominated for that period of time, and, you know, I mean, unluckily not picking up a medal too in Tokyo, he's hungry. He's really, really hungry. And the other thing he loves more than anything is X Games and competing at X Games. This is the most fun.
Come on.
Okay, switch, heel, tail slide. Back over to his normal stance of goofy foot. Wow.
This is the most fun he has, and look at this. Switch front heel, tail slide.
Just so proper.
Yeah.
Bring it out to normal.
Woo. That's heavy.
Nyjah is a hungry dog out here today with under a minute to skate with.
And, you know, Jamie hasn't put anything down that would have challenged Nyjah's first make. So, not a lot of time left, but Nyjah's clearly creating some more breathing room for himself.
But Corbin, to your point, I mean, Nyjah has been prime Tiger Woods, LeBron James, Federer, his entire skate career.
Absolutely.
So now at 29 years old, it's to even suggest he's not still in his prime would be crazy talk.
When you talk to the other skateboarders who are in the contest, specifically in his contest, you say, oh, well, you know, maybe he slipped back a little bit, maybe he's...
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I was very shocked at that attempt.
Maybe he's like, he hasn't got the foot on the pedal as much, and they all turn around and say, oh, Jamie Foy. They all turn around and say, oh, don't count Nyjah out. He can win any time.
And by the way, Jamie just landed that. Nyjah hustling back to get another in.
Wow, that was so beautifully done. Fakie 180, over to 5-0, out back to fakie.
That was perfect.
That is like a chiropractor's nightmare right there. It's a lot of twisting around.
So that will do it for Nyjah, his last attempt here. And our quarterfinal heat. And Jamie Foy stays on. That does not count. And Nyjah Houston advances to the semifinal here in the Monster Energy Men's Skateboard Street Best Trick. We've got 2 head-to-head matches, 6 minutes per jam. The best trick wins, and the winners will advance to the final. So the heats are set. We've got Felipe Mota v. Giancarlos Gonzalez.
You know, we are in the finals.
Hammer time?
It's going to be hammer time. Especially with Felipe starting off with heel flip, backside, tail slide.
Sheesh.
Oh, wow.
That was violent.
That is a great way to describe it.
And that was completely different to what he did the last time.
You were right, Corb. So Mota unable to stay on there.
Heel flip so much harder than kick flip, backside, tail slide.
Oh, just going for that hurricane grind. Stepping off.
So we're in the midst of our 6-minute semifinal heat number 1.
I thought he had that. It's just like his front foot just slipped off on the landing.
I mean, just for the viewers at home too, being able to do a heel flip and lock in on that tiny part of your board every single time. I mean, he's just not rolling away. It's incredible. He's got such skill, Felipe.
I believe we just saw a switch front hurricane though. That is a rad trick. It's a rad trick, not switch. But seeing it switch is just beautiful.
Oh. That's the Liza Karma special.
All right there.
She's won a couple of contests doing that one.
What a show in Women's Street earlier today, huh?
There is just so much talent in Japan.
And Brazil. And apparently Colombia. Oh, that is also a Lizakama special. Front 180. Maybe they skate in the same circles.
If you're just joining us, we're in the semis here of the Monster Energy Men's Skateboard Street Best Trick. This is one of our 2 semi-final heats. They've got a 6-minute session, and the winner will move on to the final.
He's been coming off a little late on that. That's where it's hard to get all the way around. I think he needs to try and get off a little earlier.
There he is.
There it is. Heel flip, backside, tail slide.
So clean.
That has got to get the pressure off him a little bit now. I'm excited to see where this goes.
The flick, the pop.
I mean, just so much style.
17 years old. Felipe Mota trying to skate into the final.
Oh, now he's going for the heel flip front blunt. Apparently, loves playing GTA, Grand Theft Auto, in his free time.
So here's what we missed when we were at replay.
The front feeble, front 180, the Lizakama special. It's a twister.
It's a fantastic trick, but it just doesn't touch the heel flip backside tail slide for me.
I agree.
If we're going head to head, which we are.
Which we are.
just to let you know.
If we're competing.
Yes.
Here's John Carlos. So 2-minute warning here for the semifinal heat number 1, Mota v. Gonzalez.
Oh!
So,
Kickflip, frontside blind, shove it.
Amelia, how do you have this one scored so far?
I mean, definitely the heel flip back tail is in the lead for me. I've not seen many flip tricks go down the stair set on their own. There's a lot that could go wrong. Long stair set, you gotta flick it, you gotta catch it, you gotta travel the distance. So that might challenge Felipe if he does the big spin. But I think Felipe's got more in the bag. Oh, yes.
Not what he
Yes.
wanted. He didn't
Not what he wanted.
You saw him laughing on the way down. He definitely wanted to shove at that. But you know what? I'll take the kickflip frontside
Imagine
blind
being
to perfection.
that talented.
I wish
That
I
wasn't
could
my
just
first choice.
do that when I'm not trying, you know?
Less than a
My
minute
bad.
to skate with.
I've seen you skate, Vert. You got some tricks up there. Even Chris Gregson, who is the videographer on the stairs, is saying that is so gnarly.
Yeah, you know you're doing something special.
So Jean Carlos is taking a different strategy here. He's trying to respond by skating switch, which can certainly challenge Felipe. Felipe's tricks are pretty technical, but they're all done in his dominant stance.
These could be last tricks for the 2. Oh, just stepping up.
I feel like he just didn't get the flick right there. Switch, kickflip, frontside board slide. The way that he's doing it there, I feel like he might even be going a little too fast.
That, to me, was a standout.
And Felipe Mota will move on to the final.
This. And some of them actually look at what their opponents
So
are
as we
doing,
get ready for
trying to challenge.
DeCenzo v. Houston.
2 of the nicest guys.
Isn't that the
to be
truth?
honest. I love both of them. They're awesome.
So DeCenzo coming out the gate. Here now, Nigel's first attempt in the semis.
Nollie heel flip backside, lip side attempt there.
They're both trying heel flip tricks. It's interesting.
if you've watched even some of the contests in park recently and street on the other contest circuits, everybody's doing heel flips.
Yeah.
It's heel flip into everything. Tony Hawk and I were talking about it specifically a couple of weeks ago when we were watching a contest. It's like,
There he is.
wow, Nigel. He means business.
Nollie heel back flip.
He's at the door. Don't let him in. Nigel Houston putting down a hammer early in this semi, Amelia.
DeCenzo's going for the switch heel blunt slide.
That's it.
Is that harder? I feel like that's harder.
I feel like if he lands that he's going to possibly beat Nigel.
But he's got to land it.
He's got to land it.
And also, Nigel's not done.
He's trying
Right?
That's
the
what I was
Nollie
gonna say.
heel blunt, and that, you know, I guess
20
Nigel's building up.
27 X Games medals between these two.
Wow.
So now the question is it get rich or die trying? Will DeCenzo just try and die on this trick?
Well, it is survival of the fittest.
Yeah.
You heard it from Zion.
Yeah.
So I think he knows he can do this trick
Yeah.
on this size rail.
All he needs is one, right?
Whoa.
Wow, but the Nollie heel blunt, you have to get your board to flip and get both of your trucks over the rail to lock in.
Amelia, I feel like Nigel has done that trick so many times in contests. I feel like he's doing it because he knows he's got more even after that. So I feel like he thinks he can get it done in 3 or 4 shots.
Yeah, as we know, he is a contest veteran, so he's no stranger to developing a smart strategy. If you've ever watched a Nigel video part,
Have I? I mean,
your mind has been blown.
I have to go back. This is actually one thing I do. I'm tell you the truth. I actually go back and watch his video parts around every 6 to 12 months because I forget the tricks that he's done. Like, his parts are 10 minutes long. There's so much content, there's so much footage, and it's so gnarly and raw. You forget how good he is.
Honestly, there was one year where he released a ton of video parts, and the tricks that he put down in those parts have still yet to be challenged. There's still some of the biggest tricks on the biggest rails done in the history of skateboarding.
And at the same time, he was dominating all contests.
Yes.
So he was doing that. He'd go to the contest on the weekend. He'd win 10 years straight. And then he'd go to the streets.
That's why Nigel truly is one of one. What he did in the streets, what he's done filming, and then to have as dominant of a career as we've ever seen from a street skateboarder, he's peerless.
I will say, though, Ryan, also heavy on the contest circuit, has been doing really well recently and put out an incredible video part. So
Yeah.
these skaters are the same in that way, to where they're so versatile that they could be competing and filming simultaneously, which the approach to each is so different. It's maybe filming is more similar to a contest like this where it's best trick, because every time you go out, you are outdoing or trying to outdo anything that's been done in that particular spot.
Under 2 minutes to skate with.
Wow! The Nollie heel switch blunt. Wow.
There goes that man. Nigel Houston.
I mean, at this point, what do you think, Corbin? Do you think if Ryan lands this trick, is that better?
I don't think so.
Also, Nigel's got to think about this with a minute to skate with. He just keeps hucking himself. If he is moving on to the final, he's got to be careful with that. And then there's a street final tomorrow.
I don't think he's a dude who thinks about being careful.
I agree with Amelia on this. the pure stoke that comes from Niger, it's the little kid with dreadlocks. He just wants to skate. Like, he wants to be out here. It's the same thing with Tony and all of these guys who have been doing it for years. Like, the best guys in the world just want to be out there. Like a shot, they just want to skate, and they skate for hours.
Last 20 seconds. Can DeCenzo put one down?
And this is what we were talking about. These individuals are throwing themselves down a set of stairs dozens of times, hundreds of times sometimes per day.
And it just got a lot louder as each skater will get one more.
Whoa! Wow, switch heel, front feeble. That would be incredible to witness.
It's not over yet.
I think you're going to see it. This is the semifinal.
Nigel Houston will be on a quest for his 14th career X Games gold medal. Before we get to our final, we've got a bronze medal match between Giancarlos Gonzalez and Ryan DeCenzo. We'll see how he approaches it with Gonzalez going first. Getting that make.
Oh! Frontside flip, lip side.
Nice.
Did we just unlock a character here? What's happening? Did he just need this matchup to get going?
But how good is it, Corbin, just after going through an entire heat of not landing a trick to just land one immediately?
Well, he answered Amelia's prayers because she just wanted him to land something and get this bronze medal, so he is in contention.
Oh, but that half cab over to Smith. Not better, not necessarily better, but really unique. A fun trick to choose to do.
It's a 6-minute session with a bronze medal at stake.
All right, going for the kickflip blunt this time.
Here's Giancarlos Gonzalez.
Oh,
wow.
Front nose, wow.
Incredibly difficult trick.
So difficult.
See him coming around all the way straight to his nose, holding it. You've got to be so precise when you're doing something like that.
And to not come out fakey, to stop your shoulders,
Good
stop the
point,
motion
Amelia.
of your body, and come out forward.
Gonzalez
Incredibly technical.
is on fire. We had 4 quarterfinal heats that went on to semis, and this is the bronze medal match before the big dog final heat between Nyjah and Felipe for gold. This one, though, for bronze.
So DeCenzo switching up his approach. Before he was doing switch heel blunt, now he's doing kickflip blunt regular. So sort of a mirror image of the trick that he was trying earlier. That kind of goes to show his versatility and the depth of his bag of tricks. Okay, all right. He's back for the switch heel blunt.
He's locking in with 3 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Oh, I see what he did there. He tried the switch frontside feeble first, and then he came back the next time. That's why I was wondering about that. I was like, why is he just trying to switch frontside feeble? But he's up in the ante.
Yeah, so this will be an interesting strategy as Giancarlos tries to up the ante. And DeCenzo is going to spend the next 2 minutes, 45 seconds trying to land this trick.
See, when the board doesn't spin all the way and you're catching it primo or upside down, just getting out of that bail safely is a trick within itself.
Here's Gonzalez.
Oh.
Switch kickflip, frontside feeble attempt. trying to lock in on the back truck, finding it hard. I do feel like sometimes he's getting a little too much speed.
Yeah, he went over the rail that time. So you want to still catch it so that back truck locks in versus going over into a blunt.
Even though it is a 10-stair handrail, it is kind of on the smaller side of things. So, you know, when these guys are skating in the streets, they're used to, you know, obviously hucking themselves on much bigger obstacles.
This isn't burly enough for you, is what you're saying, Corb.
Yeah, you know, no, my one's the mini one in the car park, the size of the curb. So, yeah, we won't talk about my obstacles.
Last 90 seconds for these two.
Oh, just going for that. You know, we saw them waxing their boards up there, making sure that they don't stick on this rail.
Oh, let's see how far he ollied down. He was nearly down to the third step here.
So it's a long stair set, but the handrail for this stair set this size isn't very tall.
Last minute to skate with. You know, I gotta be honest with you too. I know there was some uncertainty maybe among some of the skateboarders going into this. I love this format. The more we get into this contest, I think it's super rad.
I think it was about understanding the format too, because you never really know.
Truly, until you're out here.
Until you're out here and you're watching the skaters.
Yeah.
You know, as Zion said, he was like, to be honest, I like the format. You can see from Niger and these,
Okay, so going for the switch foot front board there instead of trying to lock into feeble, or maybe it was an accident. Either way, not quite rolling away from it. Seen some of the last attempts here.
Yeah, Ryan's got to have this one speed check perfectly.
All right, the switch, heel, switch blunt. Will we see it go down?
He keeps getting to that position where he locks in, but his back foot is sort of not in the position to be able to slide.
Yeah, that lock-in's got to be so precise on that tail.
Sounds like each skateboarder will get one more attempt. Ryan has thrown himself into this trick. Can he do it?
Oh, no. That board just getting tangled there on the switch heel. You know, unfortunate. He still did the kickflip lip slide, though. That's putting him in a pretty good position. It's all down to this. Switch heel front board. What do you think? How will that stack up?
I'll tell you how it'll stack up. Giancarlos Gonzalez earning bronze, his first career X Games medal.
Wow.
17-year-old Felipe Mota against 13-time gold medalist Nigel Houston.
He just doesn't let up. This just shows how good a skateboarder he is.
Felipe Mota going first. So how does Nigel Houston approach this right out of the gate, Amelia?
With a nollie heel. Oh, back tail. He is an epic way to start.
It was. He knows how technical Felipe is and what he's going to have to do. So, hey, it's no, he's not going to hold back in any way on this one.
So both goofy-footed skaters here. So that means your right foot is forward. Here you saw him setting up for that nollie heel back tail. So you're popping off your non-dominant foot, you're heel flipping the board, and you're catching it in the back tail.
Both of these guys riding for Monster, doing all the Monster World Tours as well over the last couple of years. I think they've got a couple of stops. So make sure you check out those if you want to see them live.
Trying to throw in the classic kickflip front board. And, you know, I'm not sure that's the best strategy to start when you're going against Nigel.
Yeah.
You know?
That's a good point, Amelia.
No offense, but you might want to start with something really hard and make sure all your time is devoted to something that could light a match, light a candle against what Nigel's doing.
And that just might come back to maturity and the age of, like, you know, not being in so many contests before.
Oh, wait, he was going a front hurricane. I'm not
was.
sure that he locked in just now. So I sort of take it back because I thought he was just going front board.
Oh! Nigel wasting no time.
Okay, that could not have been done any cleaner.
He knows that was clutch.
And Corbin, you want to talk about mind games? Right after Felipe has to make Nigel wasting no time.
And he was kind of off balance on that one. Did you see him just like hold his hands high to try and make it as clean as possible?
By the way, Nigel's first X Games, 2006. Felipe Mota, born in 2007.
Oh no, that's a crazy fact.
Making me feel old over here, Brandon.
Oh my.
Just numbers. Officially in X Games mode is Nigel Houston. I think Nigel is perpetually in X Games mode.
Yeah, make sure you hit that W if you see something you like to get X Games mode fired up.
It's definitely going to come into play for the street contest as well. These guys hugging themselves this much.
Wow, switch heel front feeble. Oh, Nigel's like mastered the switch heel combos.
To your point though, Corbin, yeah, I mean, think about how many more reps they're getting on this handrail as opposed to the practice they'll get tomorrow morning before their contest.
It happened with Tom Shaw last night. He
Yes.
won a gold medal last night. He put everything into that. He hadn't skated vert in a very long time. And hey, he still put a performance on today. And I just feel like it at the moment. Nigel's hungry. He wants...
Oh, he's a hungry dog.
He's back in.
He wants that gold back around his neck, that X Games gold. He's been missing it.
Last 2 minutes here in the Monster Energy Men's Skateboard Street Best Trick.
Oh. You know, still kind of missing that lock, and he's trying to get into that back truck to get into the front hurricane.
And then he's trying to come out forwards as well, so he's trying to wrap his body back around on it.
That's right, very twisted.
Super twisted.
Could Nigel Houston earn his 14th career X Games gold medal here today?
Wow.
Does Felipe have something to say about it?
You know, once again, that was just a kickflip front, not just, that was a kickflip front board. He missed the lock-in for the front feeble. I mean, sorry, for the front hurricane. Yes. So not quite what he was going for. That's why you saw the frustration in his face as he was rolling away.
I do want to just tell all the viewers at home too, like, yes, the skateboard is falling off here, but these tricks are so difficult. These are like video part tricks that they're trying right now.
Yeah.
You do them one-off. You're not doing them in skateboard runs.
And usually when you're filming for a video part, you get a couple hours at the spot. Not 3 minutes.
Or days.
Or days. You come back, you know, 6 months later after you've recovered.
And it's not over yet. This is not Kendrick versus Drake. Felipe still has a chance here.
I mean, even if he lands this, I'm not sure.
Last 30 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know if it's still going to have it.
It's a really good looking trick, so just doing it for his own appreciation would be great, but I don't think it's going to best what Nigel's thrown down already.
Is this last trick time?
Oh,
Still not locking in.
Yep.
Still missing that truck. You know, he got his kickflip front boards pretty much unlocked now, though.
Yeah, he's got no problem with those.
Uno mas, they ask. So here goes Nigel Houston for his last attempt. Oh my! Is Nyjah Houston about to make history? The answer is yes. Nyjah Houston earning his 14th career X Games gold, tying Bob Burnquist for the most skateboard golds in X Games history.